This is the Gotrax 16-inch folding electric bike, and today I want to do a quick review and share my personal experience after using it for a good while. As someone who's tried several different e-bikes, including a few other Gotrax models, I can say up front that this one honestly stands out in some ways, but also comes with some minor things that I wish were better. Let me start by painting a picture of how it looks and feels. This Gotrax model has a compact, almost minimal style to it. The frame is made from high-strength steel, while a lot of the visible details like the handlebars or seat posts are aluminum, which keeps it looking modern without feeling flimsy. The color I have here is black, which gives it that practical, not too flashy city vibe. For size, those 16-inch wheels are a middle ground in the e-bike scene. Definitely bigger and more stable than the scooter types, but not as chunky or intimidating as those fat tire bikes. The coolest part for me is all about the folding mechanism. The main frame actually has a central hinge, which allows you to break the bike literally in half. Fold down the handlebars, flatten the pedals, drop the seat, and the Gotrax 16-inch compresses down into a little cube you can fit in your trunk or even carry by hand if you're a bit stronger. From my experience, the folding has been a game changer for convenience. I was a little skeptical at first because I worried that a foldable e-bike would sacrifice some stability or just feel wobbly, but I'll say this model still feels solid riding at top speed, or even when making tight turns. Weight-wise, it's about 31 kilograms in the box and a bit lighter after setup. It isn't feather light, but I can manage getting it in and out of my van or up a few steps to the garage without too much effort. If you're planning to carry it upstairs every day, just know that can get tiring. But for most people storing it in a house, apartment, or car, it's pretty doable. One thing I noticed early on was the finish. The black paint feels resistant to scratches, and the welds on the frame are clean. So I get the sense it's going to last over time, even if you're not too precious about it. When it comes to actually riding, the Gotrax 16 has been a pleasant surprise, and honestly, a pretty smooth ride for something this size. The 350-watt brushless motor is punchy enough for city riding, daily commutes, or some light hills in my neighborhood. The first time I turned it on, I was a bit hesitant about how electric bikes work, so here's a basic breakdown if you're new. With this model, you have 3 modes. There's pure electric mode, meaning you just twist the throttle and let the motor do all the work. There is pedal assist, where you pedal and the motor helps you go faster with less effort. Last is normal bike mode, which is just you, the pedals, and no battery support, basically if you run out of power. A quick note, the pure electric mode is fun, but the top speed is capped at 15.5 miles per hour. For city traffic, that's enough for me to keep up with cars but still feel fully in control. Pedal assist has been my main style because it gives me more range on a single charge, and it actually feels almost effortless when cruising on flat ground. One thing that sets this model apart, in my opinion, is the removable battery. Gotrax built the battery into the frame, but with a lock and handle so you can just pop the seat up, turn the key, and pull the battery out to bring it inside for charging. For someone like me, with no power outlet in my garage, being able to take the battery to the kitchen counter is a huge plus. Usually I get a full charge in about 5.5 hours, and depending on my riding style, the range is about 18 to 20 miles in regular conditions, or nearly 28 miles if I use pedal assist and ride lightly. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The 15.5 mile claim on pure throttle is more ideal than real life, especially with a few hills and a backpack. Still, for daily runs to the store, riding to work, or just joyrides, it's plenty of range most of the time. If you really need more for a full day out, you might consider bringing a spare battery. Safety and comfort features are nicely thought out. The seat and handlebars are both adjustable, which makes it easy to fine-tune your position whether you're short or tall. I'm about 5'8", and someone much taller or shorter could use this same bike comfortably. The dual disc brakes, these squeeze the wheels to slow you down, feel powerful and responsive, which is important for any e-bike since speed adds a new layer of risk. The front fork has shock absorbers, meaning it softens the impact from bumps or uneven pavement. It won't eliminate all shaking on rough streets, but I did feel less jarring than I expected for such a compact bike. It also has a simple but bright built-in front light and rear reflector, so those early morning or late night commutes feel a little safer. Mud flaps on both tires are a tiny feature that really improves things in wet weather or right after it rains. Keeps your back dry and your clothes cleaner, which I definitely appreciate. Let me get into the points that made me really like this model. The folding feature, hands down, makes everyday life easier and saves so much space. I can fit two folded Gotrax 16-inch bikes in the trunk of my van, and setting them up at a park, campsite, or even just the office takes less than a minute. The removable battery is a small luxury that makes charging practical without having to haul the whole bike in the house. The feeling of the pedal assist power is incredibly natural. It switches on almost instantly as you start pedaling and makes hilly routes a breeze. Adjusting the seat and handlebars is simple, so anybody in my family can hop on and ride after a few quick tweaks. Cargo is another nice touch. It doesn't come with a basket, but the rear rack has screw holes ready if you want to add one. Super useful for groceries or work bags. Of course, there are things I hope Gotrax improves in the future. Range is the main one. While the claimed 28 miles on pedal assist is close for lightweight users, with stop-and-go city traffic, real range is usually a bit less. If you push the throttle only, expect around 15 to 18 miles, sometimes less if you do a lot of start and stop or carry heavy cargo. The bike is also a bit on the heavier side for a folding style. I'm pretty fit, so carrying it up steps or loading it into the car is fine for me. But for some people, especially if you need to haul it around a lot, that weight adds up quickly. One other thing is the suspension. The shock absorbers are decent, but if you regularly ride over broken pavement or gravel, you'll definitely feel some bumps. It doesn't dampen everything. Lastly, the display, while simple and easy to read, just shows the basic info: battery, speed, and mode. I sometimes wish it would show trip data or distances, but for most riders, the basic setup is probably just fine and easier to pick up quickly. In conclusion, my experience with the Gotrax 16-inch folding electric bike has been mostly positive, and I think it's perfect for anyone looking for a mix of portability, comfort, and daily riding performance. It's a cool choice for city commutes, campus travel, getting to work without worrying about traffic jams or parking, or just exploring more in your town with less sweat. For electric bike newbies, it's super easy to get started and has enough safety features to put your mind at ease right away. If range isn't your main focus, and you care more about flexibility, this is a solid buy. I'd recommend this for people who live in apartments or places with limited storage, or if you want to bring your e-bike inside at night for better security. That being said, if you need to travel very long distances each day, or you're expecting zero bumps on rough roads, just be aware of the limits. I will update specific information about the Gotrax 16-inch folding electric bike in the comments. Don't forget to catch my next video.